Hi, welcome to LA Times. Today we are here with a very special guest, Carlos Casillas, who's the co-owner of Float Los Alamos, which I had the opportunity of trying out. It's really cool. So today we're here to discuss that. Hi, Carlos. How you doing?
Hi, thanks for having me this afternoon.
Yeah, thank you for coming. First of all, can you tell us about your business?
Yeah, so we just recently opened on Black Friday, and our business is Float Los Alamos, like you said. And what it is you come in and you float atop about 850 pounds of natural Epsom salt. You're in about 10 inches of water, and it's a sensory deprivation experience. We've got two separate tanks. We've got one that's a float pod. It's kind of a rounded space-looking pod, and then we've got a rectangular tank. And the experience is the same in both, but that's pretty much what it is.
Okay, and the reason, can we talk about the reason why you would float? Because when I first heard of it, I didn't really get it, and then I tried it, and it was impossible to feel stress in one of those tanks. And I know like the list of benefits on your website is endless, but can you tell us about some people's reactions and responses to this experience?
Yeah, sure. Well, lots of people float for lots of different reasons, like you said, but me personally, I got into floating because of like high stress. You go in there and you're just by yourself with no sight, no sound. You're just alone and you're free to relax. Others float for physical pain relief, people with fibromyalgia, chronic pain, any sort of body ailment. It's perfect for that as well. So, and then others also get in there just for creative aspects. I mean, you can go in there and think about a problem. You can get away from the hustle bustle of the outside world and just really get in there and focus. So each person goes in for different reasons, or all of them together.
So it's really about sensory deprivation and feeling weightless, right?
Yeah, so the experience is when you're laying on the 10 inches of Epsom salt, which is mixed with water, it releases the force of gravity that's on us. Like, we don't realize how much pressure is on us, just gravity itself, because we experience it every day. But when you go in there, all that pressure is relieved from your muscles and joints, and that experience itself pretty much relieves a lot of your muscle tension and body aches. So it's pretty amazing.
That sounds amazing. So if someone wants to do this, what is like the experience? They walk into your office and then can you take us through?
Yeah, so we've you can give us a call, 695-9234, or you can visit our website. It's really just up to you and what you want to, or how you want to schedule. Or you can just swing by at 927 Central. So basically you come in and hopefully you've read our website, and it kind of gives you a breakdown of what floating is and how you prepare. But you come in and you don't need to bring anything. We've got towels and shampoo, all the good stuff. And you just come in, we do a quick introduction of walking into the tank room, taking a shower, and washing off all your body oils and lotions. And then you just hop into the tank, and pretty much you just lay back. We've got the lights on sensors, so once you shut the tank door, you can just lay back, and the lights will go out, and you're just by yourself for an hour.
Yeah, that was a shocker for me, is just being in complete, utter darkness.
Yeah.
So can you describe, I guess because like when I did it, I was like not skeptical, but I was like, why would I want to crawl into a little black box and like just be in darkness for an hour? Like what are the benefits?
Yeah.
But can you describe some of the reactions? Because for me, I was like, oh my gosh, like I don't feel any stress right now. Like I'm totally relaxed.
Yeah, so I mean, we've only been open for a week, and we've already heard quite a few just anecdotal tales from the tank. But we've had a person that was powerlifting and came in and had just finished a workout and just wanted to see what the recovery was like. And he came out and he was in awe that quite literally he felt like he had no muscle pain, like none of that. I just worked out for an hour, like feeling. We've had another lady, our first floater, had or has fibromyalgia, And she was convinced that, after 15 years of suffering with this disease, that she was healed. I mean, healing is a big word for this, but we're happy that her first experience relieved so much of her pain. And then we've had some others that, it was Thanksgiving and Black Friday that just needed to get away from the family for a little while. And so they just really liked the ability to just go and get away and just have no sound, no family members, no buzz from their phone, just some quiet time. So people, again, they float for different reasons, and they've been really enjoying it.
What kind of impact do you think this will be in Los Alamos? Because it seems like there's a lot of people here that have, very high-stress jobs, and they're really busy. And
yeah, I mean, one of the reasons I'm born and raised in Los Alamos and left and came back, but it's something I've noticed just across society is like you say, people are busy, they don't have any time for themselves. Los Alamos is an interesting market because we've got the lab, we've got a lot of creative minds. I personally feel that a big breakthrough may be found in the tank by just getting away and trying something different. But my background, I do case management, so I work with a lot of disabled and elderly people. So my big driver is I always hear how people are in pain and just are sick of taking pills. And so with this is more of a holistic route where you can lay back and you can quite literally do nothing and just relax and get that physical pain relief. So I think it's a good opportunity to take a holistic route to pain management, to stress relief, and then also boost your mind for creativity and such like that.
that's pretty cool. Can you tell us about what's in the water?
Yeah, so when we first filled up the tank, we have 850 pounds of Epsom salt. So
Oh my gosh.
yeah, we pulled in about, I think it was about 2 tons of salt into our place. And you put the salt in, you put in about 200 gallons of water. And Epsom salt itself is a natural sanitizer. But the way we clean the tank is we use industrial grade hydrogen peroxide. You don't have to use that much. The reason we went with hydrogen peroxide is because me and other people are sensitive to like bromine and chlorine, and it's just not a pleasant smell to have as a residual in your tank. The state of New Mexico allows us to do that, so it was a no-brainer. And then after each float, what we do is we turn on our pump and our filtration, and the entire solution goes through about 3 to 4 complete revolutions, and then it also goes through a UV light. So our sanitary practice is top notch. It's not like a hot tub. It's not like a public pool.
Pool that everyone's
everybody's soup is in there. So yeah, we definitely take a good route to make sure that it's clean for our patrons.
That's great. How did you? Let's see. So you opened this business with your wife, correct?
Yeah.
And how did you, as a couple, get interested in opening this? It's pretty unique, even in the whole state of New Mexico.
Yeah. So we're the only tank center in northern New Mexico. There's 2 in Albuquerque, but I heard about floating through Joe Rogan podcast, and I occasionally listened to him, and he just kind of would name drop this floating magic. And the way he would talk about it is he'd go jet setting, and then he'd come home and go into the tank and feel rejuvenated. So I personally was like, I just curious. And then once I floated in Albuquerque for the first time, at the time I had a knee injury and a back injury, and I was like completely relieved after I got out. So I knew that there was something going on. And then at that point, my wife and I, we talked about whether or not this was a feasible idea, if it's just, kind of mumbo jumbo. So I started doing a lot of research on it, and I found that there's a lot of empirical and anecdotal evidence supporting flotation therapy. And so the research just led to a business plan, to just getting a business permit, and Now here we are, we're open.
Yeah, starting a full-fledged business. Yeah, I was shocked when I looked at your website under your resources. I mean, there was like a whole list of papers and different resources about it. You know, it wasn't just, try this new trend thing out. It seems like
Yeah, it's a legitimate thing, and it's been around for a really long time. And people forget that it was actually really popular in the 60s and 70s, but the flotation industry feels that it just wasn't the right time. It's not like now where we have social media and people can talk about it and are more open, and things have an opportunity to become viral and spread quicker. Back then it was just pockets like in the Pacific Northwest, and that's the only area that people knew about flotation therapy.
that's pretty interesting. So if people want to contact you, where do they go? What's your website, your phone number?
So we've got multiple avenues to get in touch with us. Our website is floatlosalamos.com. We've got a Facebook page, again, with Float Los Alamos, and we are pretty active on that page. That's probably the best spot to get in touch with us quickly. Or you can give us a call at 505-695-9234. And we've got a really clever website, so you can, I think you took advantage of that. You can pick your date and time and just book whenever you'd like and cancel right there, or switch days. It's under your control, and you don't have to give us a call. Or of course, you can just come in and we'll give you a tour and you can check it out just personally at 927 Central. So
Yeah, the website, I'm a graphic designer, so I've studied usability. It's great. You just go in, you just fill out, what time you want to do, and then there's like a before your float page, so you know everything that's going to happen, you don't need to bring anything, but like how to prepare. And so I found that really useful, because usually like small businesses, it's like book your appointment and then it'll take you on a roller coaster ride.
Yeah, and you're
so
going through link
after link. It was pretty
link.
Convenient, yeah. Okay, so is there anything else you want to tell us about your business? How about the post float and the massage chair? That was pretty nice.
Yeah, so if you get there a little bit early, you can hop into our massage chair and get a little 10-15 minute massage, or like you said, like after you float, it's nice to work your muscles and so forth.
And that comes with
That's just complimentary.
Okay.
I mean, it's just timing. So if you want to come in early and just check it out, you can. The only other thing I could speak to is some people have a concern about like the darkness and hesitation of getting into these tanks. We do offer an option of leaving the tank doors open. Like the pod opens like a clamshell and the other one opens like a hatch, but the rooms are nice and warm and toasty, so you could open that up and get used to your environment and then shut it later. I mean, it's really a personal experience. And for those people who are concerned with claustrophobia, it's a similar issue where you control your environment. There's no locks on anything. You can turn the lights on. We've got these little LED lights. I think you may have seen those. There's a color therapy option in our pod. So you can kind of fiddle with things and make it really inviting for you. So, I mean, and we're open to help you get through your first float. I mean, it's brand new. It's just about trying something new. So we're hoping people just come and check it out. And we've got testimonials all over our Facebook page too. So if people want to read up on other experiences, that's a good place as well.
Yeah, and once you actually go in, it's so dark you don't realize. I found you didn't realize you're in a pod. It feels like you're kind of floating in space.
Yeah.
So that kind of went away pretty quickly for me, who doesn't like to crawl into things.
Yeah.
But it wasn't really crawling. You
Yeah.
step in. But okay, cool. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. I totally into floating now, so I hope some of our listeners will be too. And thank you for joining us at the LA Times and for watching, and we'll see you soon.
Thanks for having us.